As many of you know, Anthony Fasano, a Council Bluffs resident and Union Pacific employee, physically attacked me to the point of needing hip surgery on July 4th, 2019. I needed 4 anchors in my hip due to that attack. This is what my hip looks like after the surgery. I needed 4 anchors in me. During that attack, he also attacked my mother and my older sister as they tried to get him off of me. Recently, I have become aware that Anthony sent a message threatening to beat up my family and to kill us. In fact, Anthony Fasano, a current Union Pacific employee, wrote in one text thread, "I want them dead. I want to beat the fucking shit out of your brother, mother, sister. It's coming. Who the fuck are they? Tell that fat prick to get out next time. He'll get a tire and iron up his ass. I'll kill them. I'll be at the cell station. I'm going to teach them what harassment is." Anthony was referencing a gas station that our family goes to pretty much every night. He even attached a picture of himself sitting across the street from that gas station as he sent those threats. They're his words. He sent these. Not only was he threatening us, but he was sending pictures of him apparently waiting for us. Anthony sent death threats. How is this not harassment? He wrote, "I'm going to teach them what harassment is." Anthony Fasano himself seems to recognize that this is indeed harassment. Yet I've been told by the police that they cannot help me. The reason it depends on who you ask and when you ask them. One is timing. I did not find out about these texts or get proof of them until last week. I immediately went to the police. I guess in the state of Iowa, it is legal. You can threaten to beat people up and to kill them as long as it takes time for them to find out. These threats were made in October. What I don't get is, why is this not a crime? What is the statute of limitation for threatening to kill someone or beat them up? When does a death threat expire? The second is, apparently, because Anthony sent them to my sister and not to us directly, he can threaten to kill and beat us up. Trust me, as crazy as that sounds, I have talked to the police and they've spoke to the county attorney. I have talked to legislators. Why can Anthony Fasano threaten my life? Threaten my family's life? Had he committed a crime like just stealing a wrench and 4 months later proof came up, he would be charged. Is my life, is my family's life, is our safety less than a wrench? To be clear, I do not blame the police. I've heard them talk to the county attorney's office. I know that they've looked into charges. I know that they're continuing to look at what can be done to protect us. But I do question why. How can Anthony Fasano continue to stalk places that my family visits with no contact orders in place and threaten to kill us? How is this considered legal? Something in the state of Iowa has to change. This man should not be allowed to send our family death threats, even if they're not directly to us. I wish it ended here. In December, Anthony Fasano pled guilty to 2 assault with bodily injury charges and 2 child endangerment charges with a deferred judgment. Mind you, he pled guilty to these. In exchange, they dropped 2 harassment charges and a felony willful injury charge. He was sentenced to probation with 7 days, yes, days of jail time. I missed more days of work recovering from hip surgery than Anthony will have to miss from his job at Union Pacific for attacking me. It does not seem like justice was served. I later discovered that Anthony was sending messages like the following leading up to the day of and after sentencing. I just pray they give me a wide berth on Thursday for their benefit and mine. Enrique already said they better still steer clear because he doesn't have a no contact order. Just hope Miss Mouthy keeps it shut for her own good. Now, Enrique Garcia is a co-worker of Anthony's at Union Pacific. To be clear, I do not know if he is aware that Anthony was sending these. I do know Enrique was with Anthony at sentencing, and according to Iowa Courts Online, Enrique bailed Anthony out of jail for one of the latest charges that I'll talk about here in a minute. I have also seen screenshots where Enrique Garcia and Anthony Fasano used the internal messenger at Union Pacific to discuss me and my family. This leads me to believe that Enrique Garcia supports Anthony, but I don't know if Enrique Garcia is aware that he is being used to threaten me. Anthony Fasano also stated he was going to unleash his sister, Laura Fasano of New York, on me, which, again, I don't know if she knew. I didn't even know that they had a relationship because Anthony had a physical altercation with her back in 2017, I believe. He also threatened to call his uncle and issued threats like, I fucking wish they were all dead. I want them all to die. I want your family on a skewer. Tell mom to make sure Sister Dear hugs nephew's name one last time. Next time she sees him, it'll be at his high school graduation. Now, remind you, at this time he had a no contact with me and my mother. He should not be trying to pass us messages according to the law. The county attorney has these. They know that he was sending us direct messages through my sister and have chosen not to press charges. Anthony Fasano stated that his co-worker at Union Pacific, Enrique Garcia, will do his mighty work. And when asked about an alleged incident regarding my sister, he stated, Enrique is going to say he was with me in my truck so that I have a witness. Does this mean that Enrique was going to lie for Anthony? I don't know. I also don't know if I need to be alarmed by Enrique Garcia. I don't know him. I do know that Anthony has threatened that Enrique will do his mighty work. I take that as a threat. Again, maybe Enrique doesn't know his friend is saying these things, but I have no way of knowing. Anthony also sent many vile insults that I'm leaving out, but he also likes to call my brother racist names because he's half Jamaican. I will not say the N-word, even if Anthony Fasano is okay with using racist insults. In addition to the racist insults, Anthony Fasano threatened to bounce his fat ass down the stairs. Again, I'm just going to show you. These are his words. You probably can't read it. You can read it backwards, but you can see the words that he uses. This is the man that we're dealing with. It was another clear threat to my family's safety. I also discovered that disregarding court rules, he secretly recorded my victim impact statement and forced his wife, my at the time estranged sister, to listen to it. He sent her text stating, I have her recording, you can hear it herself. I recorded her statement. Anthony Fasano showed an absolute disregard for court and the court process. I don't care that people hear what I had to say up there. I will say it very publicly. I was against the deal that they gave him. I am not shy about telling the world that Anthony Fasano, a current Union Pacific employee, a resident of Council Bluffs, has attacked me to the point of needing hip surgery. Anthony has sent death threats to me and my family. Anthony has went to places he knows that our family will be while threatening us, even with a no contact order in place. Anthony Fasano uses racist language. I personally don't care if this is kept a secret. Please share it. It does creep me out that this man who wants me dead has a recording of my voice when I was at a weak moment. It's just creepy. There's so much to tell you, but what I'm asking each of you is share this. Ask the system, especially the county attorney office and your legislators, why is life and safety not important? Why are death threats legal in the state of Iowa? Why can this man, Anthony Fasano, walk around and make death threats? Why is he free to do this? Mind you, Anthony Fasano was arrested on another harassment charge in December 2019 after the sentencing. He also had 2 no-contact charges in January 2020. My understanding is the county worked out another plea deal without consulting that victim either. This time it wasn't me. During this time, Anthony was bailed out, rearrested, and had bail lowered too many times for me to actually understand what is happening to his probation. However, I would encourage you to ask the county attorney's office, why is this man still out on probation after physically attacking me to the point of needing hip surgery and having multiple charges after this? How is he out on probation still? I asked you to contact County Attorney Matt Wilber and ask, why are threats to our lives unimportant to them? Why can this man, Anthony Fasano, threaten to beat us up, or again, actually beat me up, and allude to kill us and walk free? Why does Anthony deserve to be out on probation? Am I safe? Are you safe? I think it's important to mention that Anthony Fasano has sent other text messages, I have copies of them, where he has threatened to beat up or kill other people, such as contractors that have worked for him and real estate agents that have worked for him. This man says things like, going to find a way to shove a 2x6 up her fat white trash ass. If I got my hands on her, I would seriously end her. I'm at that point. I'm that angry. I want this cunt to die. I'll put her in a box. Again, these are all legal in the state of Iowa. It's not just me or my family that he threatens. Now, the county attorney has these, so do the police. I have not named these people because they probably do not know that he expressed a desire to hurt them or kill them. However, I do think the police should let these people know. This man has been dangerous to me. In my opinion, there are red flags that he is dangerous to others out there in the public. Those red flags are in his own words via text. I think people deserve to know that I and others have been threatened by Anthony Fasano. I wasn't just threatened. He did attack me. I had a mini panic attack when I first learned about his threats from October. It brought me back to the fear of his July attack. Part of me wants to hide, to hope that he just leaves us alone. Yet I deserve to live without fear. I deserve to tell my story. I fear that one day, Anthony Fasano, a current Council Bluffs resident and Union Pacific employee, will try to kill me again, or my family, or somebody else. To me, it's important to be vocal because if he ever acts on his threats to hurt someone, again, his threats, his text messages, his words, if he ever acts on those or comes after me again, I want the public to understand there were chances for the legal system to do something. They know about this man. They've seen his threats. They have copies of his threats. They can still do something. Anthony Fasano, he threatened to kill us. He threatened to attack us. He's threatened to attack other people out there. Is this really legal? Can they not see that this man should not be on probation only? When does someone step up and say, no, it is not okay for Anthony to issue death threats, whether they're directly to somebody or through his wife? It is not okay for him to issue death threats. So please share this. Tag anyone who might know somebody that can help. Ask the county attorney to do something. Talk to your legislators. Tell everybody in the public to be aware of this man. He has sent death threats to me, about me, about my family, and about other people. He has physically attacked me. Harassment, threatening to kill people, trying to pass messages to someone with a no contact order, sitting outside places you know where they go when you have a no contact order. At some point, this has to be considered a red flag. It puts my life in danger. It puts my family's life in danger. And it could be putting your life in danger. How many other people has Anthony Fasano threatened to kill? Please, read my blog and soon videos on the state of crime victim rights in Iowa. I know many of you have your own stories. If you have a story, contact me. I do want iowacrimevictims.com to be a safe place for other victims to fight for their rights as well. In the state of Iowa, we should not have to put up with men or women, anybody, like Anthony Fasano, threatening our lives. We should be safe from that. It should be against the law. Please share this and ask others to tell.